Storms, buddy. It's time for my wrap up for October. Not as good as I wanted it to be, I think, because I had a couple of pretty big books. So let's do that, and then I will do the rest of what I plan to read for November. That's on my great list. So let's get going. I remember most of these books are, I think all of these books were on my great list, so that would be good, right? Okay, so the first one we got for October is A Kenny, an Urban Tale by Kalila Coulter. This is book 2 in the series. I talked quite a bit about the first book. This one I didn't find as good as Still Waters was. It was still decent. This was on Kenny's life. Kenny's a good guy. Later, like when you read about him in Still Waters, but he went through a lot of stuff in his younger years, and he made it through. He survived it, and yeah, so it was pretty decent. I think I rated this 4 or 5 stars. So I really would like to get her stuff out there so she can get some recognition. It's Kalila Coulter, Kenny, an Urban Tale, and her first book, of course, was Still Waters. The next one we got here is Ashley Bell by Dean Koontz. This was a big one. I've had this book for a couple years, and I was really excited to read it because Dean Koontz is a hit or miss for me. So I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I liked the story itself. I think the story was good. There was just, it seemed a little too long, unfinished. But of course I know it feels unfinished because this is Ashley Bell 1. So that tells me there's going to be some other books. And it's going to be a series. I would read it, but the main storyline is this girl, BB, is told she's not going to live more than a year. She's got this rare form of brain cancer, and she defeats the odds, and the only reason is because she's going to save somebody named Ashley Bell. And yeah, there was a couple of twists in it, but I mean, I think I rated it 4 stars just because of the plot and the characters. I really love the plot and the characters. I just feel like it could have been shorter. So yeah, there's Ashley Bell by Dean Koontz. The next one here is Enclave, and this is by Anna Guire. This is the first book to the series, and I loved it. It was so good. And they say, you know, if you like the Hunger Games, then you're going to love this one. Yeah, it's amazing. This one is, it is post-apocalyptic, and what it is they're living in tunnels of, like, below the city, of what was the city metropolis area, and they're in the tunnels, and that's where they live, and they're all told that it's horrible, and if you go above, you know, that you're not going to survive, and there are these freaks that live in the tunnels that they've got to protect the other people in their, I don't know, clan. But yeah, this was really, really good. I look forward to reading the second one, Enclave by Anna Guire. And the last book that I read for October was Sleeping Beauties by Stephen and Owen King, and I loved it. I gave this 5 stars. I was afraid it was going to be cheesy, you know, because he's writing with somebody else. Because I can always tell, you know, when he writes with another author, you can see where maybe ideas have clashed. You can tell who wrote what part and that kind of stuff. The Black House is a good one where he wrote with Peter Straub. I did not like that, but I did like The Talisman, which was the first book. But this one that he wrote with his son, amazing. And it's probably because it is his son, so it's going to be decent read. It was fantastic. The women of the city start going to sleep, and these little, like, webs, it's just like a cocoon, and it just starts coming out and wraps them up, and they stay asleep, and there's this woman in here, I think it was Evie, yeah, She is the only one that doesn't fall asleep, and she knows the secrets, and she knows things you shouldn't know. And Evie was my favorite character in this book. I absolutely loved her. Readers will feel drawn to her. Yeah, she's an amazing character. All the characters, of course, if you're a King fan, you know Stephen King takes a lot of time on his characters, developing them and making them into people who you could actually envision yourself sitting down to a meal with or being a best friend with. He's very good at character development, and that's one of the things I love the most about Stephen King. But this was amazing. If you guys have not read Sleeping Beauties, read it. I absolutely loved everything. The town, the people, you know, and there's people who are trying to be really good, but because of that, they're a little bad. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing bad things for the greater good kind of thing. Lots of those characters in here, and, you know, just your good old boy characters, and it's fantastic. They just got to figure out why the women are sleeping and what Evie's connection is to that. So, if you've not read it, read it. Fantastic. 5 stars. That's what I gave it. I'm glad I finally got to read that one. Yeah, it's amazing. So, all these books that I have just described to you and talked to you about, you can find my written reviews on either my blog or Goodreads. It'll be down below, so check that out. Now for the books I want to read for November, and I hope that I can get these all read. I guess we'll see. The first one is Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray. I've already started reading this one. It's a little slow right now, but I've been working a lot, so I'm going to try and take some time today and make some progress in this one. So this is more like a YA science fiction. Yeah, they're out in space, and she flies one of their space capsule things, and we got these mechs, and they're trying to shoot them down, and then vice versa. And I'm hoping it picks up a little bit more, and I can really enjoy this one. The next one we've got here is Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys, or Sepetys. I don't know how you say that for sure. She's an amazing writer. I read Between Shades of Grey. I believe that's what it's called. And that was an amazing story. This is an amazing era. I love to read about in the 1940s after the war, and this one looks like it's going to be really good. It's divided up by character names. Yeah. So that is Salt to the Sea. Looking forward to that one. The next one we got here is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I've heard great things about the series, and this is a YA fantasy, and I'm finally going to read it. I've had this book for about a year, maybe a little more than that. So I'm going to get that one, pick that one up, and get that read. There's a whole bunch to the series now, so I think I have like the first 3. So there's that one. Next one we've got here is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. I watched the movie of this, and it was decent. It was cute. So usually I'll read the book first and then watch the movie, but it was on Netflix, so I watched it. And there's the book, and I'm going to get to this hopefully this month and get that read, because I still have another 6 books on my great list besides these. And the last one I chose was Violent Ends. This is by Sean David Hutchinson. This is the look into a life of a kid who becomes a school shooter. And this is, like you can see the back, this is all these people's accounts of this one kid trying to figure out why he went to a school and shot it up. So that's going to be very good. I'm sure it's going to be informative, maybe. I don't know, but we'll see how that one goes. And there you have it. That is my TBR for November, and I'm really hoping I can get these 5 read They're relatively small books. They should be easy to get through. Got to get all of my decorations down today. Sorry, they're still there. Yeah, but that's it, guys. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.